Welcome to the Conceal Carry Academy. Whether you're a seasoned firearm owner considering concealed carry or just curious about the world of guns, we're here to provide clear information. That being said, we are not attorneys and we are not perfect, and our video is for entertainment purposes. Today, we're tackling one of the most talked about topics in the firearms world, the top 10 myths about guns. These myths often create confusion, and we're here to set the record straight. Stick with us as we dive deep into the facts and uncover the truth behind these common misconceptions. Let's start with suppressors, often called silencers. Hollywood loves to show these devices making guns whisper quiet, perfect for secret agents or assassins. But in reality, suppressors aren't as dramatic as movies make them seem. The primary purpose of a suppressor is to reduce the noise of a gunshot to a safer level. Without one, a single gunshot can reach an ear-splitting 140 decibels, louder than a jet engine. A suppressor can bring that down by about 30 to 40 decibels, depending on the firearm and ammunition. To put that in perspective, even with a suppressor, you're still looking at noise levels comparable to a jackhammer or a rock concert. It's quieter, but far from silent. This is why hearing protection is still necessary, even when using a suppressor. Why is this important? Suppressors aren't just for action heroes. They're valuable tools for hunters and target shooters. Imagine being in a quiet, wooded area hunting game. A suppressed shot helps protect your hearing without disturbing wildlife or nearby communities. It's also a safety benefit for instructors and students at shooting ranges. So, while suppressors don't make firearms silent, they're practical tools for reducing noise pollution and improving safety for shooters and bystanders alike. Next up, semi-automatic firearms. When many people hear the term semi-automatic, they picture a gun firing hundreds of rounds per minute, like something out of an action movie. This image is completely inaccurate. A semi-automatic firearm fires one shot for every pull of the trigger. Once you fire a round, the gun automatically ejects the spent cartridge and chambers the next round, but it won't fire again unless you pull the trigger again. This applies to semi-automatic pistols, rifles, and shotguns. Here's a historical tidbit. The semi-automatic design has been around since the late 19th century. The first widely adopted semi-automatic pistol, the German Luger P08, debuted in 1898. Since then, semi-automatics have become some of the most common firearms, used for everything from hunting to competitive shooting and home defense. Fully automatic firearms, often confused with semi-automatics, are a different story. These fire continuously as long as you hold the trigger. They're highly regulated, and legal ownership requires a special federal license, extensive background checks, and a significant financial investment. So, the next time you hear someone equate a semi-automatic firearm to a machine gun, you'll know the difference. Now let's dive into the myth of assault weapons. This term is often used in debates, but it's frequently misunderstood. The confusion stems from its vague definition. According to the 1994 assault weapons ban, an assault weapon is a semi-automatic firearm with specific features like a pistol grip, folding stock, or flash suppressor. Here's the catch. These features are mostly cosmetic. They don't make the firearm more dangerous or increase its firepower. For example, a hunting rifle without these features can be functionally identical to a so-called assault weapon. Let's add some perspective. Imagine two cars with identical engines and performance. One is a plain sedan, while the other has a sporty exterior with racing stripes. They perform the same, but one looks more intimidating. That's essentially what the assault weapon debate boils down to: form over function. It's important to separate facts from fear when discussing this topic. Moving on to self-defense laws, let's talk about stand your ground and duty to retreat. These laws govern how and when you can defend yourself with deadly force. In duty to retreat states, you're legally required to try and escape the threat if it's safe to do so before using force. Stand your ground laws, by contrast, allow you to defend yourself without retreating, as long as you're in a place you have a legal right to be. Let's think about the implications. Imagine being in a life-threatening situation. You're cornered, and retreat isn't an option. Stand your ground laws ensure you can protect yourself without risking legal trouble for failing to run away. However, these laws vary widely by state. Some apply strictly to your home under the castle doctrine, while others extend to public spaces. Unfortunately, the interpretation of these laws can sometimes lead to controversial outcomes, where actions that go beyond self-defense are excused. It's crucial to understand your state's laws and seek proper training to make responsible decisions in such situations. Now let's address the so-called magic bullets. Over the years, sensational headlines have claimed the existence of bullets that can penetrate anything or cause catastrophic damage. While modern ammunition is highly specialized, no bullet defies the laws of physics. Different bullets are designed for different purposes. For example, hollow point bullets expand upon impact, maximizing stopping power and reducing the risk of overpenetration. This makes them ideal for self-defense. Compare that to full metal jacket rounds, which are built for penetration and are often used in military and training contexts. Understanding the type of ammunition and its purpose is essential for safe and effective firearm use. The idea of a one-size-fits-all or magic bullet is pure fiction. Now let's consider the claim that gun ownership drastically increases the risk of self-harm or harming someone you know. This myth is rooted in a 1986 study, seeing, but its findings have been heavily criticized. The study focused only on gun deaths, ignoring instances where guns were used defensively without firing a shot. In fact, the CDC has found that defensive gun use is far more common than most people realize. That said, the link between firearms and suicide is a serious issue. Statistics show that the majority of gun deaths in the US are suicides. This highlights the importance of responsible gun ownership, including securing firearms and being vigilant about mental health. If you or someone you know is struggling, resources like the National Suicide Prevention Hotline are there to help. The process of buying a gun is often portrayed as being too easy, but the reality is more complex. In most states, purchasing a firearm involves background checks, permits, and waiting periods. Even private sales often require compliance with state and federal regulations. Beyond the legal requirements, guns are a significant financial investment. A quality firearm can cost hundreds or even thousands of dollars, and that doesn't include ammunition, training, or accessories. Owning a gun is a serious responsibility, not a casual decision. When choosing a firearm, many people think bigger is better. But the right firearm depends on your specific needs. For example, a powerful rifle might be perfect for hunting elk, but overkill for home defense. Similarly, a smaller caliber pistol might be better suited for personal defense in an apartment complex, where overpenetration could endanger neighbors. Think of firearms as tools. You wouldn't use a sledgehammer to hang a picture frame, and you wouldn't use a tack hammer to break concrete. Choosing the right tool for the job ensures safety and effectiveness. Finally, let's revisit the Second Amendment. It's one of the most debated parts of the Constitution, and its meaning is often misunderstood. The amendment ensures the right to keep and bear arms, but it also includes the phrase, a well-regulated militia. Historically, this referred to the need for citizens to be armed for national defense and to resist tyranny. Today, the Supreme Court has clarified that this right applies to individuals, not just organized militias. However, like all rights, it isn't absolute. Courts have upheld reasonable restrictions to balance individual freedoms with public safety. Thank you for joining us today on the Conceal Carry Academy video. We hope this deep dive into the top 10 myths about guns has helped you separate fact from fiction and given you a clearer understanding of this complex topic. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others who might benefit from this information. We're dedicated to promoting responsible firearm ownership and education, so feel free to leave your questions or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay safe, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next video.